Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Make-Up Monday for this week. Now today I'm going to be playing with a new set that I've got. It's called the Quiet Meadow bundle and it's in the annual catalogue on page 110. So there, that's it. And it's a really beautiful bundle. And there's another bundle in the mini catalogue called Nature's Harvest, which is quite similar. And I had to try and decide which bundle I wanted. Both the same price, both $92.50 for the stamp set and the dies. Therefore, they are both a qualifying order for a celebration item. But I had to try and choose because they're quite similar stamp sets. But I went with the annual catalogue because I will probably get a little bit longer to use it if it gets retired before the next, like into the next annual catalogue, whereas this might retire just early January. So that's why I chose the Quiet Meadow bundle. So it's a really lovely stamp set. It's got these scripty words that can make a nice background, like a vintage background. It's got these splatter dots. They're really great. I love anything with a bit of a splatter. 2 sprays of flowers and some nice greetings. And then these are all the dies you can get. I do know some people who've just bought the dies because you can make cards just with the dies. So that's what we're going to do today. So bear with me while I turn my phone around and we'll get started. Okay, so this is the Quiet Meadow bundle in the annual catalogue. As I said, it's on page 110. And it comes with, it's in a bundle with the dies, or you can buy them separately if you don't want the dies. So it's really quite beautiful. So it's $92.50 as a bundle. So therefore it does qualify as a $90 celebration order, so you would get a free celebration item if you bought this bundle. I've been trying to refrain from buying it, but in the end I've just seen so many lovely samples of cards made with it that I couldn't refrain any longer. So I bought this bundle, and today we're going to make a card. Now I have seen a card that Gail Ellis made, and this card's going to be very similar, but I have changed it a little bit, but I couldn't change it too much because Gail's card was just beautiful. So I've already gone ahead and pre-cut out some of the dies. So I'm using thick Whisper White here for my card base. Then a layer of, I've got some dimensional in the back of my bone folder. Then there'll be a layer of Blushing Bride, and then a layer of Whisper White, Basic White. But I'm going to do a couple of things on the Basic White before we put it onto the card. So I'll just move these off my information. So if you want to order with me for August, that's the host code here for August. If you want to partake in my next online class, that's the host code for my online class for August. I've just finished one class and I'm about to upload another one later today or tomorrow morning, and that will run until the end of August. So that's the host code you need for my online class, and this is the host code you need for my for just ordering with me. Okay, so let's get started. Get my Versamark ink, and I'll need a couple of blocks. So I need that block, and I need that block. There we go. So I'm just going to stamp a few things in Versamark, and then I'm going to heat emboss it with white heat embossing powder. So just bear with me while I do that. So I just ink up my stamp. You can't see the Versamark when you're stamping it. It's it's hidden. It's invisible. So I'll just ink up my splatter, and I've just got to see where I've stamped. Okay, so I want some splatter here, and I want some splatter here, and that should do. Okay, so I've got my white embossing powder here and a spoon, and I'm just going to heat emboss. I'll put the powder on and then heat emboss. I forgot to use my embossing buddy again. Not to worry, I'll be able to get anything off with a paintbrush. That'll do. Now I shall just get a little paintbrush, because I have got some shadow from the rubber stamp and I don't really want that embossed. So that was from my splatter stamp. So this is the first time I've used this stamp set, so I'm learning. Sometimes you have to learn along the way which stamp sets might cause a little shadow when you've stamped them. So I shall put this back on, because we don't want an accident, and I will speed up the heat embossing. So that's done. And I'll just get my chamois in to clean off my stamps. Put them back. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some blending brushes. I want my pinks and yellows, pretty much. And I want pale papaya and blushing bride. So I shall bring my piece of paper back in, because I don't want to have, I want to try and keep my under grid paper a little bit clean if I can. Okay, so this is my pinks, blushing bride. I'm just going to do a little bit of blending over the emboss, so it's embossed like embossed resist. I'm just bringing the flowers out to pop. So that's my blushing bride, and this is my pale papaya. So you just blend it over the top, and that brings out the embossed image underneath, which is quite pretty. You don't have to do the whole piece of cardstock. So that's all I'm going to do with that. Close that up and pop my brushes away. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I can find my little scruffers. I saw them yesterday. Here they are. I'm just going to scruff up the edge of this piece of cardstock. So Sampling Up used to sell this. what was it called? A distress tool. But we don't sell it anymore. So I'm not quite sure why they've taken it off the market. You can use your fingernail if you've got strong fingernails. I don't. I've got terrible fingernails. Or you can use the edge of the scissors, blade of scissors. Like I'll use my junkie. Oh, not my junkie. These are my very first paper snips. So they're 13 years old or more. So you can just use the blade of a scissor if you don't have a distressing tool, just like this. So, but I'll go back to my distressing tool. And it just scruffs up the edge, gives it a bit of a antique-y distressed look. Oops. So as I said, I was trying to choose between the Quiet Meadow bundle. I'm having trouble with that word, and the Harvest one in the mini catalogue, because I liked both and they're very similar. So that's the Nature's Harvest one in the mini catalogue, and they're the dies. So they are quite a similar stamp set. But I went with Quiet Meadow because I'll have a bit more time to use it. And even if it doesn't get carried over into the next annual catalogue, I'll have a little bit more time to use it and play with it and promote it. So that was my reasoning behind it, but both stamp sets are beautiful. Okay, so we'll just get rid of all that fluff. Got a vacuum tomorrow, so I'll just brush it onto the floor. I normally wouldn't do that, but I know I've got a vacuum tomorrow, so. And I'll pop that back. Okay, so that's embossing's done, blending's done, scruffing's done. Now it's a matter of getting my die cuts, and I've gone with pale papaya with some of them, one of the new in colours. Just pop out those bits. And where's the other pale papaya one? There we go. And I can't decide, I've got Whisper White here, whether I want Flirty Flamingo or the Petal Pink. Or if I should have cut a Blushing Bride one. I think that gets lost. I can use that on another card. I think this one has a bit of a pop. Don't you? Yes, I think the Flirty Flamingo one will be my go-to one for this card. So I'm going to bring my little mat back in, because what I want to do is I want to get my splatter stamp again. Close those up. And I want to put some splatter with my Blushing Bride over the top of this one. Just to give it a faux texture. I just think it looks good with the splatter. So let's have a look. So that one will go down first, and then I'll do that one. And I think I could have cut another one of the dies, actually. I could have cut another one. There's another one in here. Where is it? This one. I'm going to cut this one, so I might do that, but then I've got to choose. I could do that in Blushing Bride. Yes, that's what I'll do. So I'll do that in Blushing Bride. So I might do that. So I don't think I want to do splatter on my papaya ones. I think they're okay. So let me pop my ink pad away. And I'll get rid of that. And I might just, here we go. And I need, so I can use this petal pink one on something else. I'm going to get some Blushing Bride out. I always think I've got everything ready and then I change it as I go. But that's okay. You can do that. You're allowed. Is that enough? Look at that. Perfect. And all these dies fit through the little mini embossing machine, which is quite good. So if they fit in this machine, I tend to use this machine when I'm crafting at my desk. If I've got an embossing folder or dies that are bigger, that have to go through the big machine, well, I use that. But this seems to me my go-to one for at-home crafting. And my big embossing machine is my workhorse for cutting up classes. Yes, I like that. Close that up. Okay, so now we come back here and we're going to start attaching pieces. Now you could use glue dots, you could use glue. I think I might use some Tombow glue, a combination actually. I'll use a combination of glue dots and glue. So I love this Tombow glue. It's really good. I really like it. I could have cut them out with adhesive sheets, but sometimes you want some of the strands to be floating, so the adhesive sheet doesn't sort of do that. So I'm just going to pop that down there, get rid of some of this mess. Hope my head's not coming in. There we go. Now the next one I'm going to play with is this one. Now this one I think is going to have a little bit cut off it. I'll just see. I'll place my other ones first. So I'm going to put that one there and then that one there. Yep, so I might just cut a little bit off that. We've got a beautiful sunny day here on the Central Coast, and the whole state of New South Wales is in lockdown, as everybody will be aware of. And goodness only knows how we're going to get out of this mess, but anyway, try not to worry about it. That's easier said than done. And my husband and I, we went for our walk this morning. Can't go more than 5 kilometers, and so we did our walk. We did a 5-kilometer walk, but it was all round where we live, so can't go more than 5 kilometers outside your like from home. So I'm very glad I have crafting to keep me amused. And then finally the white one. Now this looks like a bit of a mess down here, but I'm figuring I could put that over the top and maybe the bow. I'm just hadn't sort of thought that far ahead. Normally I have one that I've sort of pre-made and I'm just copying, but I'm just sort of winging it today. Trying to get better at winging it, because sometimes if I'm organized, things don't go as planned. I'll just put some little there. Because I'm not putting glue on everything, some of them might be a little bit floaty. And that's okay. I've got these butterflies. I'm not sure about them, but I could put them on a dimensional. Let me look. Let me think and look. So for the moment, I might put it straight onto its backing piece and think about how I'm going to finish it off. I think it helps when it's nice and sunny. When you're in lockdown, it's sort of, at least the weather can be cheerful. Oops. Okay, so I just put that there. Okay, so I think that's, I shall get some dimensionals. See. Make sure I'm still in view. Sometimes I get down towards myself a bit and I don't realise the camera's not getting down that far. Oh. So, oops. Put that one there. I'm not sure about the bigger one. I've got to think about it. And so I won't put him on just yet. And this is the tag from the die set down here. So the thinking of you or you're too kind will fit in there. So I might use one of those. You're too kind. That's nice. Now, because I've cut it out in white, I'm not going to heat emboss it. I'm just going to stamp it in Blushing Bride. I could have cut it out in Blushing Bride and heat embossed it with white. Just making sure I can get this straight. Knowing my luck, I will get it crooked. Let me just try one more time. Okay. That's pretty good. So I'm going to close up those. Don't need that again. Now, let me think about what I can do to cover up my little stems. I've got that. Could do that, but I wanted it up a bit higher. I have used a little bit of the cork paper, so maybe I could cut a strip of cork paper and attach it and put it across. Let me think about that. I'll just cut this bit off. And cut off the scallops. That's too big, but I'm just seeing what I think. Cut that down a bit. I think that adds a bit of texture. I think I like that, so I'm going to go with that. I was just using a scrap up. So I shall. Now, should we put it all on dimensionals, or should I? No, I'm going to glue this bit down. So it really is cork paper. I thought it might be a bit thicker. Quite a while ago when I was doing some scrapbooking, I used some cork paper and it was quite thick. And I thought, oh, I thought it was going to be like that, but it's not. And this is actually better. You could stamp on this, which I might try after I finish my video. So I can do some more playing. And we shall get some dimensionals. So this tag's a nice tag. I like this tag. I can see myself using this tag quite a bit. So I haven't attached it as yet to the card base. So there we go. I don't think we need ribbon now because we've done a bit of cork. So I shall attach it to the card base and decide if we want the extra butterfly. And then maybe some embellishments. So just make sure I've got my borders even. Wipe off my glue. And let's see. I like that. Now I've got these pastel pearls here. I'm just trying to work out if I do want that. I don't want to cover up that embossed flower, so I don't want to put it there. I don't think I want this on the butterfly. I really don't. So let me just see if these work or not. Oh yeah. So I might just put, oops, 3 of these around. And maybe one down here. And I think that's done. How nice is that? I'm really pleased with that card. So as I said, the inspiration came from Gail Ellis, but I have changed it a little bit. Stuck with a similar colour scheme, but I've just changed it a little bit. So that's my Quiet Meadow card for today. I really like that. Not very often do I say that. I'm just getting some gluey bits off. There we go. So yeah, so that's my Quiet Meadow card for today. I will show you, if I can find them, my class, online class that just finished. So what did I do with them? Oh, there they are. So this was my online class for the beginning of August, and I had 4 people place orders and take up the class. So I'll just get them. So we used the Blackberry Beauty DSP and the beautiful gold ribbon. So you had to place a $30 order with the online class code, and I sent out this kit, card kit, to the people who placed a $30 order. So everything was supplied except for the stamped greetings, so they had to do that themselves. But that was and then this was the pinwheel card that was in the kit. So it's a tower card and it's called a pinwheel card, and so that was a bit special, bit of a fancy fold card included in the kit. So that was my last online class. I've got another one that I'm going to load later today or tomorrow, and it includes another fancy fold card. It's called a double box card, and I'm going to do 3 standard cards in this class. So keep your eye out for that, and if you need to order something, order it through the online host code, and then I'll send out a card kit to you for you to make, and a link to a tutorial so you can follow along and see how they're made. But that's my Makeup Monday for today using the Quiet Meadow bundle, and I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Bye.